Hi everyone, it's Miss Terry, and today I'm going to talk about my February picks for students in grade 4. We'll talk about some fiction, and then we'll talk about some graphic novels and some nonfiction. We're going to start with a new horror series. This one is called Monster in the Margins, and it's part of the Secrets of the Library of Doom. And each one of these books in the series takes place in a library where something scary happens. In this one, a boy is sitting quietly in the back corner of the library where he's found this old book, and he's decided to doodle a monster in its pages. And as he's doing that, the eye of the monster starts to blink, and next thing you know, a small tentacle comes out of the book and grabs the boy and brings him inside the book. This is the first in the series, and there are plenty of others to whet your appetite. So it's called Monsters in the Margins. The Plentiful Darkness is also a little bit on the creepy side. This is about a story about a girl named Rooney, and Rooney is a street child. She lost her parents to the feather flu, and unfortunately, she's kind of been turned away by the other street children. So she's kind of, darting in and out at night, trying to catch moonlight with her special lunar mirror that allows her to sell the moonlight for food. Unfortunately, one day her nemesis Trick ends up stealing her mirror, and as she follows him kind of into this unnatural pool of darkness, they end up getting snatched by an evil witch who has been capturing other children in their town. And the two of them decide that they're going to finally have to work together in order to solve the mystery of what the witch wants the children for and how they're going to save themselves. This is called The Plentiful Darkness. I also have the new one in the Geronimo Stilton series. This one is called The Last Resort Oasis, and Geronimo and his grandfather have decided to go on a vacation in their cheese-colored camper, and somewhere along the way they end up taking a wrong turn and chasing down a group of spitting camels in the hopes of trying to get back to the oasis, to the resort that they're hoping to have their family vacation on. So that's the newest in Geronimo Stilton. If you've never read one of his before, there's a lot of really fun illustrations and fun text throughout the story. This next one is a part of a series called Lily to the Rescue, and Lily actually is a rescue dog. She's been rescued by a family with a little girl named Maggie Rose, and now it's their mission to find other animals in trouble and to save them. And in this book, Lily goes on a camping trip with Maggie Rose's dad, and she ends up getting sprayed by a skunk. Unfortunately, the skunk doesn't have any stink, and Lily knows that this means that the skunk is not going to be able to protect themselves from danger because they don't have any smell to scare predators away. So Lily and Maggie Rose's dad decide that they're going to help this skunk. So it's called The Not So Stinky Skunk. There's several already out in this series, and we have them at the library. So if you like dogs, you're definitely going to enjoy this, but if you also like stories about animals being rescued, you also will enjoy this one. Hazel and the Deep Blue Sea is a story about a girl named Hazel who is recovering from an accident that killed her mom. It's left her with some facial scars, and her younger sister and her other mom are having a really hard time dealing with the grief of losing her mom. And they end up kind of wandering from town to town trying to find a place where they fit. And they end up at a place called Rose Harbor, Maine, that has this mythical mermaid that's kind of a legend and lore of the town. And Hazel meets a new person from next door named Lemon, and Lemon recruits her to become a part of the Mer Squad in the hopes of finding this mermaid. And then this also is an opportunity for Hazel to make some new friends and to really find some people to help her out of her grief. So this is called Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea. Tangled Up in Lucky is a good old-fashioned mystery about two heroines, Sloane and Amelia, who kind of get thrown together in a class project to research a mystery of a lost treasure. And popular Sloane hasn't always been very nice to Amelia. She actually got other kids to start calling her the Yeti. So Amelia's really kind of upset about this still. And even though Sloane wants to apologize, she just really isn't sure how to go about doing that. But the two of them kind of form this unlikely friendship as they start to research about this lost treasure. And then one night when they're in the cemetery looking for some clues, they get attacked by a slingshot. They're not really sure who's wielding it, and the two of them realize they are going to have to work together to solve this mystery, find the lost treasure before one of them ends up hurt. So that's called Tangled Up in Luck.